Hi everyone, welcome. My name is Bridget. Welcome to the Share Your Light series here in the Purpose Tribe. I'm so grateful to have you all here today, and I'm so grateful to share with you my amazing friend Gina. She is just such a light in this world, like shining right now. All right, and I'm just so excited to introduce you guys to her. So I'll introduce her in just a moment, but before we begin, I want to just have us relax a little bit here. So if you're seated in a chair, you can just sit up nice and tall, resting your hands on your knees, closing the eyes, and just taking a moment here for yourself. Taking a moment to breathe in and breathe out. And just allowing yourself with each and every breath to come a little bit closer to who you truly are. With each and every breath, coming closer to who you really are, core of your being. This amazing gift. Continuing to breathe in and breathe out. Just letting go of your day, letting go of the outside world. Just bringing yourself here. Unwrapping the layers that don't serve you. And just remembering who you truly are. This amazing, magnificent gift of light, of love, perfection. Let's all take one more deep breath in. And one more deep breath. You can start to wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. Opening your eyes again. Bring any movement that you might need here. And just in that moment, those few moments of breathing, it's like, it's amazing. So, Gina, hi.
Hello.
Thank you for being here. I'm so grateful to have you here, have you in my life. So if you wouldn't mind by just starting to share a little bit about who you are, and just a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, cool. Thank you so much for having me here, and you are such a bright light in my life as well. I'm so grateful to be able to have this space, and so grateful for you to have created such a beautiful community of women to be able to share this kind of information and knowledge and really connect on space. I think that's really important, and that's social media is doing really well with is, we're able to connect in that way. So I'm all the way over here in Bali. Bridget is over in America, in New Jersey. So like, this just so cool that we're able to do this on other sides of the world. So yes, I'm so grateful for that. So thank you. And my name is Gina, like Bridget said, and I am a yoga teacher and holistic lifestyle mentor. And right now I'm living in Bali. I have been living in Bali actually for like a little over a year now. Been on and off, been back home in America and then back here a few times. I went to Clemson University and graduated with a Bachelor of Science in Health Science. I've always been really passionate about health and wellness and fitness and just really living a healthy lifestyle. And then I went to live in Australia for a year where I did my proper 200-hour yoga teacher training, started teaching over there, and then kind of how I ended up in Bali. And it's really been like a whirlwind of the past couple of years for me, and I really just want to be able to share that with the world and be able to share my story, because I really learned that, these feelings and emotions and stories that we have are not really unique to, like, they are unique to us because there are stories, but at the same time, people experience very similar feelings, very similar emotions, and have a very similar story. So it's been really beautiful being able to connect with other people on that level through similar stories and through sharing. So yeah, so I'm super passionate about this topic, this conscious intuitive eating. And yeah, I'm really happy to be sharing some good stuff with you guys today.
Yay! I love how you said, like, more of us experience this, and the more that we share, the more others can feel. Then I guess that they're heard, and that it's not just them. They're not crazy for feeling whatever, thinking whatever. So thanks for bringing that up. I appreciate that. So to you, what does conscious intuitive eating, what does that mean to you?
Conscious intuitive eating, I would say, well, first of all, conscious, being aware of what you are doing in life, being aware of what you are eating. 90 to 95% of our life is experienced through the subconscious. So we're not even aware of, the things we do, and those are really like habits, and it's, unconscious. We're really not aware of, oftentimes what we're putting into our body, what we're doing every day. It all just kind of happens because it comes second nature to us, and it's so natural. And with that being said, our thoughts, like, our subconscious is a lot of what's controlling our life, and that's where a lot of different beliefs come into mind. So I think when we're able to consciously eat and be aware and fully present with what we are consuming and putting into our bodies, whether it's a drink or food or whatever, it's so important to be fully aware, because we only have one body, we only have this one life here to treat it so well. And I think when we really are able to be more conscious about that, aware and fully present, it really, really flips a switch in your mind about kind of this mind-body connection, food-body connection. And then with that being said, using your intuition eating, our intuition as women is something that's so powerful for us and so strong when we can really connect to it.
Mm-hmm.
And I would say that the first step is becoming more conscious of what you're eating, and then it becomes more intuitive. And I think a lot of people struggle with the intuitive part because they're like, I don't even know what to eat. I don't even know what my body wants yet. So I think, like, why we've called this conscious intuitive eating is because the step first about being aware, the first step is about being aware, and then the second step is turning that into just listening to your intuition and to your gut. Literally listening to your gut, what your body really wants, honoring.
I love that. Funny because I love the name, conscious intuitive, but to have it be broken like that, I think is perfect. First, people need to understand that they're eating and they are nourishing their body based on what they're putting in. And then second step is that intuition, but we need the conscious attitude towards what we're putting in our body, or else the intuition will never be able to connect as deeply, even though the connection is always there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I love that. For you, how did this journey start? We all eat, but how did it become this conscious, intuitive process for you?
So, like I said, I was always very into like health and wellness and fitness and all of that. So I would say back in high school, I was like the stomachache girl. Like, I always had a stomachache. Everything I ate always had stomachache. Like, it was like this like miracle if I didn't have stomachache. And literally, it was crazy. And so then I, came to find out I was lactose intolerant, and then came to find out I couldn't have gluten and wheat. I get very ill from it. And so that was kind of my first, I guess, realizations that food can do like harmful things to you because it would make me feel so sick. But with that being said, at that time, I still continued. I totally got rid of gluten and wheat because that really made me like really, really, really sick. But then I still continued to eat dairy. I still continued to eat ice cream because I, loved ice cream. It's like one of my favorite foods. And continued to just like see my body like react in such a way that it didn't want. And then eventually it became a really torturous thing where I was still giving my body what it didn't want, and it was like rejecting it, but I was still something in my mind that was like obsessed with it almost. And then one day in high school, in the locker room, someone told me that I had thunder thighs, and then that was like the next trigger on borderline like eating disorder, and me finally like looking at my body in a different way and being like, oh my gosh, like I do have thunder thighs, I'm fat, like, I can't fit into her spandex, so I have to go like run an extra like 3 miles after soccer practice. Then that became a really, really disordered battle with food, and then I became vegetarian, and really the only reason I became vegetarian was to eliminate another food group. So it's like I wasn't having dairy, I wasn't having gluten, and I didn't have meat, and it was just all doing it in such a negative way. And then it became like obsessive, and then I became obsessive with clean eating, only putting like really good things into my body and really limiting and seeing, like how little calories I could eat per day. And like, oh, I only had like a bowl of broccoli for dinner. Like, what did you have for dinner? And like making it a competition with other people. More so like other girls, other women, and it became this really, really negative cycle of how I treated my body. And then come college, it like turned into binge eating with all the drinking that we were doing. And like I remember we would like purposely not eat before we were going out to like drink because we wanted to get drunker quicker. Like I don't know,
Gina.
literally. Like, I don't, like, and I think that's something people do still, and it's just crazy to me to think that I ever did that. And then, of course, that leads to, like, binge eating when you come home, and it's, like, 2 a.m., and you're eating a whole pizza, and, yeah, and then fast forward to last year, like, a year ago, almost, a little over a year ago now, I came to Bali, and began like unintentionally eating a vegan diet, and I kind of already had quit the dairy fully when I had come to Bali. Like in Australia, I was working at a gelato shop, so that was just like so bad. I was still eating so much gelato and like making myself sick, but just there was just something like I had no connection. And I came here and finally like just totally quit the dairy, and like I hadn't drank milk and any of that kind of stuff, but it was really just ice cream, cheese. And then I volunteered at the Bali Vegan Festival, and then that was where the consciousness like really came through, and I made this connection between what I was eating and what I was doing to my body and animals and planet and just like self-love. And so over the past year, it's really been like a massive transition for me into loving food and being more conscious about what I'm putting into my body. And now I know I went through so much crap, which Bridget, I'm sure you can touch on this chapter too. Like I went through such hell with like my obsession with eating and with exercise. And like I'm just like, oh my God, not wasted so many years of my life, because it was all a learning lesson. And I really honor all of that, all of my past, because it's gotten me to where I am now. But now it's like, okay, I don't want other women to go through this shit that I went through. So, yeah, maybe that's why I'm here.
Just from talking to you, like, you're not the only one, and this is like the importance of sharing these stories and these truths, because they affect more than just us. Right? So thank you for sharing that. It's so amazing that you're now able to people going through the same things. So for people like watching, maybe listening right now, what is a way that people can start to eat intuitively and connect to their food on a deeper level?
So a lot of different techniques and a lot of different things that you can do. But what I really like to teach now and share, because it was my story and it was how I really transitioned, was like starting with mindful eating and having that level of awareness and that level of consciousness, and being able to fully connect with your food. So let's do a little activity, and you guys have grab, like, I have a date. I think Bridget has a date as well. Grab a date. You could grab like a cracker or an almond or like some nut, like something little. If you need to like pause this while you're going to do that, go ahead and pause it. But yeah, so I did this mindful eating exercise with a woman who's now one of my best friends here in Bali, and this was one of the first things I did at the vegan festival that really, like, all vegan stuff aside, was where I was really able to connect with food on a different level, and myself. So go ahead and have your date in your hand, or whatever it is you guys have in your hand. And I want you to just look at the piece of food, at the date, at the nut, the cracker, whatever it is, and just look at it. You know, you can touch it, you can pick it up, swirl it around in your fingers. What does it look like? What is the texture of it? What are the colors of the piece of food? What is the shape? Does it feel like in your hand?
My mouth is watering.
Yep. You'll notice that. You'll notice that. I love that you just said that, because that's one of the really key things. Now, what do you imagine this date tastes like, or what do you imagine this piece of food tastes like? Can you close your eyes and feel the textures in your mouth and the taste? Now, I want you to think about where this piece of food came from. Maybe it came from your backyard. Maybe it came from the store, but more so not thinking about where you bought it from, where it actually came from, where it was grown, where the ingredients were made. And now, even more than that, I want you to think about the sun and the rain and the soil. Think about how this food was able to grow, where it was growing. Having gratitude for the sun, gratitude for the rain, gratitude for the soil. Having gratitude for the farmers who picked the food. Having gratitude for the person who lugged the ingredients onto a truck. Having gratitude for the person who drove that truck from the land to wherever it is they took it to. Having gratitude for the people who process the food, if it's, you know, a cracker or something. Having gratitude for the people who package the dates or the nuts. People who delivered the food to the store that you bought it from. Having gratitude for your job that has given you the money to allow you to buy this food. And really practicing gratitude for this simple piece of food in your hand. And now, if your eyes are closed, go ahead, open your eyes. And I want you to just take one bite of the food that you have. One bite. And keep it in your mouth. Do it very slowly. Feel how it feels in your mouth. Does it easily disintegrate? Does it easily melt? What does it taste like? How sweet is it? How salty is it? How savory is it? And then take another bite. Really slow. Really chewing slowly, letting it melt in your mouth. Letting it excuse me, slowly turn into mush. And go ahead and finish off whatever piece of food it is that you have. Maybe closing your eyes, having gratitude for this one simple piece of food. And you can open your eyes and and that's a little bit of the exercise in a condensed version that I did at that mindful eating workshop, literally with a date. And I don't know, Bridget, I'll ask you, how do you feel?
I love it. It's so funny how, like, when we talk about the fact that we just had this conversation is so funny because I was eating my food before. I put my hands over my food and they were like, all vegetables. I was like, thank you for coming from the ground. Like, just like that. Simple connection with your food, because it's ultimately to nourish your body, not just to, like, the concept of like food porn is like funny because it looks good, but half of this stuff is so bad for you. And I'm like, that's not the connection that we are trying to have. We need to really focus on where this is coming from. And I think I love the exercise you shared because I think it could be taken into any context. You could be having dinner, having a smoothie, and just be like, thank you for everything that's in front of you. Thank you for what you're going to do to my body.
Definitely. And I mean, of course, like, this was a more intense, in-depth exercise with the one little piece of food, but just like Bridget was saying, like, before I sit down for a meal, I will like, even if it's a smoothie or something like that, like, all like have gratitude for my food and bless my food, have my hands over the food, and sending the vibration of our bodies and of our hands into the food, and then receiving the vibration of the food. I'm having that gratitude for the full experience. And what Bridget had said at the beginning that is so important is she said that, like, her mouth was watering already. And I know Bridget is, like, super into Ayurveda. She has gotten me hooked on Ayurveda, and we'll go into that now, but, like, one of the big things is in Ayurveda is to not, like, snack while you're cooking and while you're creating your food. I forget what it's called exactly, like your food sadhana. And really allowing the whole experience to increase your digestion. Yeah, using your eyes, the sight, the smell, the gratitude, and it really begins to, like, create a full presence and love into the food, instead of just kind of gobbling it down. And I noticed, like, when I am not mindfully eating, like, I'm much better than I ever was. Like, I really, really try to sit down for my meals and my food, but of course that's not always possible in our life and in our day-to-day things. And I noticed when I kind of, like, scarf stuff down really quickly, I literally did it last night because I was just, like, so tired and was like, I don't even want to eat, but, like, I know I need some kind of nourishment in my body, and my body was wanting a little bit of something, and I literally was standing at the counter just, like, eating my rice and vegetables, and then I caught myself and I was like, no, this is what I, like, share with people not to do, and I'm standing here doing it. So I think it eventually becomes, like, you're able to kind of catch yourself and be like, no, like, sit down and just, like, take a few moments out of your day to really enjoy eating. Enjoy it.
I think you touched upon a couple, like, really important things there. Number one, like, the process of digestion, when we are taking a moment to actually look at our food and our mouth starts to water, that is like one of the first stages of the digestion process. And then chewing the food, because our stomachs don't chew, like the chewing is happening here, and that's really help us assimilate the nutrients of the food actually into our body. And the second thing that you said that I love is that you caught yourself not caught, like, oh, you're in trouble, but you realized last night that you were like doing it. And I think it's important, not to say that we're never going to do this again. Like putting those limitations, we've both seen that not work out. So it's about having this knowledge and then see what we're doing almost from like the observer perspective and be like, I didn't need to rush through that, but I did, and it's okay. And I always have the chance to change what I'm doing.
Yeah, that's so important to be able to observe it and be like, okay, that isn't what, that's not what is best for my body, but it's okay because, my next meal is a new meal. And I think oftentimes, like when I was going through my ups and downs with eating issues, like, you have one, I think this happens for a lot of people, correct me if I'm wrong, but like, they have one cookie at like a party, or they have one piece of cake, or like one brownie, or like start the day off with like unhealthy breakfast. They're like, oh, whatever, it's already one meal, might as well just make the whole day. And then like end up eating the whole box of Oreos, or end up making the rest of their meals really bad because they're like, okay, today will just be like my cheat day. But like, no, being able to recognize, okay, like, you're not going to get fat by eating one cookie. The world's not going to end, and just being able to be like, okay, like, I really allowed myself to enjoy that unhealthy meal, but like, tomorrow's a new day, or like my next meal is a new day, and I'm going to choose to nourish my body and love my body with whatever else I put into it. And I allow myself to, eat what feels right for my body and not forcing it.
I think that's so beyond important. For people who are, again, trying to implement these practices, would you say things that help routine, mindset? What are like 3 tangible pieces of advice you can give people that are really trying to implement these practices into their day?
Okay. The first thing I would say is take some time to get clear on your why and why you want to implement these practices into your life. It's really easy to be told to just do something, or be given steps to mindfully eat, or consciously eat, or intuitively eat, or go to the gym. Like, you're told what to do, but if you don't know why you're doing it, then like the odds that you actually stick with it are like not like slim to none. So I think taking time to even if after you watch this, like, think about like, oh, like why did the title of this webinar even attract me? And like, why do I want to learn how to consciously, intuitively eat? And why do I want, like, what is not working for me right now that I want to be able to change? And so when I found out my why, like when I was at the vegan festival and stuff, I was sick of waking up feeling so crappy because of binging the night before, because of eating dairy the night before, whatever it was. And I was just sick of it. I wanted to wake up feeling amazing. And I had such a strong why behind me that I was able to stick with it, and completely transform myself. So definitely getting clear on like why you want to incorporate these practices is so important. And the next step would be to take time with your food. And I know we all really live these busy lifestyles, but taking a proper lunch break is so important. I know breakfast is always a really hard thing, but like taking time for lunch and dinner, even breakfast if you do have time, and just like fully enjoying the meal. Whether it could literally be 10 minutes that you just sit down, no phone, no nothing. Maybe you have like a podcast in or like something, whatever. But like, not eating your food and checking Instagram at the same time. Be present with your So get clear on your why. Step 2, be really present with your food, whatever food it is, and like take time for that. And step 3 would be to just be more aware of be more aware of what you're putting into your body. So, when you're going to the grocery store and stuff like that, like taking time and thinking like, oh, do I want this package something, or should I get some like fresh vegetables and fruit and stuff instead, and like take time to cook at home by myself, and trying to consciously choose things that I don't want to say take longer to prepare, because a lot of people don't have time for that, but choose things that like, you enjoy preparing and that you enjoy making, and that like, some fruit and vegetables that you can like cook up with like, a partner or your family or something, and making the whole process of eating like enjoyable, and not just like eating this salad because it's what like it was told you to do on the diet, like tweaking the salad or finding a new recipe that works for you, and really eating things that like that you enjoy eating, if that makes sense. Yeah, so like a why, taking time with your food, eating slow, being present, and eating things, preparing foods that you really enjoy.
I love those. The third one, I also think immediately, like, you are what you eat. So put into your body, because they are you. They are literally you. Skin, your hair, that is becoming you. So those are really important.
Yeah.
So I would ask this question as we're like nearing toward the end of our conversation. For you, what did it feel like to really step into your power, starting to own your story, your gifts, and then start to share these with the world? What did that feel like?
Scary. Scary was the first word that came to my mind. Really scary. But so liberating.
I've got the chills.
Yeah, like oftentimes, oh my God, so do I. Oftentimes in life, like the scariest things are the most freeing, are the most rewarding. And when I fully owned up to my past and fully honored my past and realized that like I was not alone, and by sharing my story, I was able to connect with and reach so many more people than if I was to just like float around and pretend that life was perfect and that I never went through any struggles. And now being able to be on the other side of it and like fully talk to women and tell them that like they're going to be okay, and that like I've gone through it and I'm on this side now, like you can too. So it's so liberating, and I'm so grateful every single day that I'm able to like do what I love as work, but also just to do what I love and help others. And like it just feels so amazing. It's so beautiful. I'm so grateful every single day. Every single day.
I don't know why that almost made me cry. It's like literally when people do what they love. Like, and you're helping so many people, you are of service. And I think that's the biggest thing that we could do in this world, is to be of service to others. So how can people know about your world and enter your world and find out how you could help them?
Yeah, so you can go ahead, maybe we can leave this in the comments. Well, is a friend on Facebook, and on Instagram, same, my name is just at Gina Ciccaglione. I know it's a really long, hard one to pronounce. Okay, if you don't pronounce it right. And right now I'm doing a few things. I'm mentoring women who want to inspire healthy living around the world, want to work from wherever they want to work around the world, work online, make like an extra income, or even be something to turn full-time. So I'm mentoring women to do that, as well as coaching one-on-one women in my program called Root to Rise. And ultimately, that is helping women, empowering them to heal their relationship with food through a plant-based yogic lifestyle. It's a 4-month-long program that I'm super excited about, and would love to have you guys, if any of this kind of calls out to you, like more so, that relationship with food. If that calls out to you, you just want someone to talk about it with, or whatever, go ahead, reach out to me, and yeah, we can schedule a brief call. And yeah, I would love to get to know you guys. And I'm so grateful for Bridget for having me here and holding this space. It's so amazing.
Of course, I'm so grateful you have been here. I'm so grateful you like, and it's so exciting to see all the things that you are doing and what you're sharing with the world. So I really, really appreciate it. Next week I'll be interviewing someone else. I have to look back at my sheet, and I will let you guys all know in the group. But thank you guys all for being here. Watch the replay. Let us know how this was. Let us know what you learned about this super important topic, conscious, intuitive eating. And once again, thank you, Gina.
Thank you.